I'm from the upcoming. They're speaking to you. So would you like to tell me more about the film?
I know this is a story about personal connection, sort of a romance, but sometimes a lot more than that in a lot of ways. It's about two people that happen to meet one night, both feeling quite lost, don't really know what they're doing with their lives, and happen to meet and get talking and realise that maybe they can help each other. They decide to spend a night together, platonically exploring, and see if they can help each other, like a free therapy session almost.
We call it basically like a sort of like on the road within London, like between like two strangers who need to find themselves in the probably the worst night of their lives. So it's like yeah, it's a romance, it's a love story, it's a friendship story as well. It's just like a genuinely a story about like human connection, like and and yeah, what really matters like in life as well.
Have you ever experienced a night like this?
Well, I wrote it, so I kind of did. Like, so I mean, it's not inspired by like my story, but yes, I came here like 11 years ago from Italy, and I used to take like these long walks like around London and meeting like new people and stuff. So yeah, kind of.
Yeah, not quite in as an extended dramatic fashion as the film, but there's a lot of different elements of those. Sometimes it's when you just get talking to a stranger. I think you find there's little connections when you put your phone away or your phone's died on the way home. You end up talking to someone. You find a connection you weren't really expecting.
It's a film that underlines the importance of acting in cinema, so I'm curious, how did you work on the performance and the chemistry between your actors?
Thankfully, the chemistry was pretty strong between the two of them from the start. Even though they hadn't met, it felt like they'd been friends for ages. But it was really bringing out the actors were really able to bring out the different sides of their characters and the different layers of the performance. I think it's very important because the characters they're very hard to describe. You sort of meet them at first and think they're one thing, then you find out there are 1,000 others as well.
Exactly. And also like we treat it since the very beginning like as a sort of like a theater play as well. So we did a lot of rehearsals with the actors, like on all the dialogues, all their interactions, because we want to actually get the natural flow of basically of this dialogue like throughout like the whole night. So it's been like an interesting approach, but it's also been like a journey that we share together. Like, so it was actually quite nice.
Did you do any chemistry checks?
Yes, we did it. So we found them first like individually, and then we put them together, and like they really work well individually. So we're literally praying, like I'm begging that would actually work well.
It lives or dies on their chemistry in this performance because most of the scenes are just the two of them talking.
Exactly. And both physically and I think like in terms like of personality-wise, like they really work well together. So like that's how we choose them basically. As well.
And how important is London in your film?
London's basically a third character in the film, really. I think we tried to show a different side of London to what's normally in film, not the really touristy hotspots, the real lived-in, authentic side of it. It's where the story had to be set, really.
Exactly. I mean, we know London from a lot of films, and there are always like this kind of like postcards of London with usually like landmarks and stuff. We try to, move the attention to a more like, the real London. So like, alleyway and parks and places where like usually people don't know, like that is not very touristic. So I think he offers like a kind of like an insight of a different kind of London that we've never seen actually like in films. So,
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.